Boracay's White Beach is hands down not only the prettiest beach in Boracay, but by many the most beautiful beach in the Philippines and ranks at the top of the best beaches in the world. That's a pretty bold statement to make. Yes, we know that. Well, don't just take our word for it, but follow us in this video as we explore the White Beach from many different angles and show you the beauty of this beach. We hope that by the end of this video, we will convince you that these claims are not just another clickbait. After we checked into our hotel and refreshed a bit, we were on our way to start exploring the area. After all, the wicked never sleep. We stayed at the Henan Crystal Sands because we had an amazingly great experience from our previous stay at the Henan in Bohol. Check our link below for a full review. The beauty of staying at the beachfront resort is that as soon as you step outside the resort, the beach is right there in front of you. If you are not sure where to set up your beach camp for the day, you can walk along the beach on the so-called path which runs between the beach and the wall of resorts and small stores. It is much easier to walk on the path than on the beach itself because the path is partially shaded by the palm trees that form a separation between the beach and the path. It is pretty rough to walk in a soft sand with all your beach stuff in the heat any long distances. While you are looking for the best beach spot, you can also check out many restaurants along the way to pick the right place for your lunch and dinner. While this is certainly an option, we actually recommend going inside of the D-Mall and finding a restaurant there. Not only the prices are more competitive there, but you can also find a lot bigger menu choices. We made a grave mistake with our first lunch and fell into a trap of a beautiful ocean view from our table. The food was not great, choices were very limited, and prices were at least 30% higher compared to most restaurants at the D-Mall. White Beach is pretty long. It is about 4 kilometers long and it is divided into 3 stations. We briefly talked about the 3 stations in our first video. Check the link below. So here we want to discuss each station in more detail. Station 1 and 2 are where most of the fun happens. While Boracay is not the party island that used to be before its closure in 2018, there are still parts of the beach that are busier than others. If you are looking for the perfect balance between the busy, laid back, and the most beautiful parts of the beach with the finest sand, we highly recommend staying close to the D-Mall, but not directly by the D-Mall. If you want to stay at Station 1, you will want to stay north of the D-Mall where the majority of the best luxury resorts and hotels are located. Believe us if we tell you that the experience you will take with you home will be majorly influenced by the place where you stay. That being said, unless you are a backpacker or traveling on a budget, we highly recommend spending a little bit extra and renting a room in a nice hotel or resort. That doesn't mean that it has to be the most expensive or luxurious hotel. Most top resorts and hotels offer standard rooms for a very reasonable price. We will talk more about our experience with the different hotels and resorts and why we say that paying a bit more gets you a long way in our video review of Henan Crystal Sand, which is coming soon. While we have no affiliate sponsorship from the Henan Resort Group at this time, based on our experience, we can say that location in the vicinity of a few minute walk from the D Mall where the Henan Crystal Sands is located is probably the top pick at Station 1. The reason being is that not only do you have all the convenience of D Mall at your fingertips, but for us, the ocean and the quality of the sand are the best at that location as well. As you start moving either direction further away, you will notice that the sand becomes coarser and you will start running into small sharp stone and seashells. We did not encounter any of that around our resort. The sand was as powdery and fine as it can be. The only disadvantage is that there will be a lot more locals trying to talk you to buy any one of the local tourist attractions, such as island hopping, parasailing, paddleboarding, and so on. We will mention a few of them later on and discuss if they are worth it or not. The ocean around Station 1 is great for relaxation and swimming. The water is shallow quite a distance from the beach and water is very calm.
enjoying Boracay? Are you happy? Our fun here, finally.
The water is so warm that it feels like being in a bathtub. As long as you shelter yourself with a hat, sunscreen, and even long sleeves to prevent you from getting burned by the scorching sun, you will not want to get out of the water. The ocean is very clear and we did not see any garbage floating around. In some areas of the beach, you will notice bright green algae. Based on our research, this seems to be a seasonal phenomenon. The algae season is usually from February, March to end of May. In November, December and January, the algae is usually completely gone or just very little. Unfortunately, that is also when the rainy season is in Philippines. You will need to decide if the little algae will bother you enough to avoid Boracay during the best months of the year. It definitely did not bother us. The beach itself is the widest here since after about 300 to 400 meters north from the mall, there is no more walking path. At the end of the walking path is where you will find the pontoon bridge. Here is where all the island hopping trips are departing from. You can book your trip directly here. If you book it from someone on the street, they will meet you here on the day of your trip and you will have to fill up your information. You can see a list of available attractions posted on a big billboard with corresponding prices. Make sure you check the prices before you pay anybody on the street because many times they'll quote you a much higher price than is listed here. If you continue past this point, you will eventually reach one of the main tourist visual landmarks in the Boracay called Willy's Rock. Willy's Rock is a natural volcanic rock formation that gets submerged during the high tide and gives an impression of a small island. During low tide, the structure looks almost like a small castle or a boat. The beauty of the landmark comes from the balance between the rock formation, several palm trees, and few shrubs. Climbing a few stairs from the ocean will take you to the top where you will find about a 1 meter tall statue of Blessed Virgin Mary. This is a really great place to take a nice pictures with the background of the white beach as well as the ocean. The ocean behind the shrine, surrounded by rock formation, looks like a small lagoon and makes up for beautiful pictures. There tends to be a lot of tourists around, but if you are patient, you can catch moments when you will have the entire place just for yourself. This is also probably the best place to rent a crystal kayak and take nice pictures on the see-through kayak with the background of the Willy's Rock and the white beach. Sunset would be probably the best time. We kind of regret that we did not return to this place to watch the sunset here. Station 2 is the epicenter of Boracay Island. Not only the busiest of the 3 shopping malls is located here, but this is also where you will find most bars and restaurants. Station 2 is also a place where you will find less expensive resorts and hotels. If you need to ship something locally, LBC Courier can be found at the Station 2 by the highway. The beach here is still great, but the water in the ocean gets deeper faster compared to Station 1. If you are right in front of the D-Mall, the beach can get crowded here quite a lot, especially before the sunset. But if you continue further south past the D-Mall, the beach actually becomes quieter. We also like the greenery here. The sand is still pretty fine and you will be bothered much less by people trying to sell you something. Station 3 is furthest part of the White Beach. You want to go to this part of the White Beach if you are looking for more peace, quiet time and be in close touch with nature. Because of this, it is favored by people who are looking for places that are more budget friendly. We would not necessarily say that any place in Boracay is ideal for backpackers, because in general prices in Boracay anywhere are a lot higher than in other places in Philippines. So when is the best time to go to the beach? Well, that depends on how eager are you to either get the tan or to get burned. The Boracay sun is very strong and being at the beach just magnifies it. While you will see some brave souls splashing in the ocean in the middle of the day, most people stay put during the day. If your hotel has a nice swimming pool with a lounge chairs, this is the time to be relaxing by the pool in the shade of your beach umbrella. Most people come out to the beach in the morning and late in the afternoon. The biggest crowd though you will find at the beach before the sunset. The sunset is after 6 p.m. and it is really one of the most beautiful sunsets we have seen. It is so amazing that we decided to dedicate an entire video to sunset on a white beach and a private beach by another resort where we stayed called November. Which one is better? You will find out if you continue to follow us in our next videos from our trip to Boracay. So hit the subscribe and notify me button to be notified when we release next video. We mentioned that you can book several water attractions at the White Beach. One of the most popular is the sunset boat ride. You will hear people saying that it ruins the view of the sunset from the beach, but we believe that it actually adds to the sunset experience. Seeing the boats sailing with the sun in the background is truly beautiful. We did not go on a sunset tour because we did not feel that seeing the sun from the boat will add any more to the experience of seeing it from the shore. But you may want to try it and let us know what your experience was. Paddleboarding is another popular activity on Boracay, and we did try that one. It is really fun, and for the average price of 300 pesos for half an hour, we think that it is worth it. This was our first time trying it and we really loved it. It takes a little balancing, but it is not that difficult. But be ready to take a fall since it will most likely happen at least once. Crystal kayaks are yet another popular activity these days. It is particularly popular among young girls who are looking for the next most amazing Instagram picture. We think that it is worth trying. While you can do it anytime during the day, sunset is probably the best time of the day. We hope that you enjoyed this video and agree with us that White Beach is truly one of a kind and should be on top of your bucket list. If you liked our video, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.